Hello students. So today we are going to study a very interesting lesson, Footprints Without Feet. This lesson is a part of a famous novel, An Invisible Man by H.G. Wells. The main character in the story is Griffin. He is the main character. He is described to be an albino college student who majored in physics and medicine. During his experiments, he came across formulas that causes himself to turn invisible. He ends up becoming the burglar in the story. Griffin is an eccentric scientist who made himself invisible by swallowing a rare drug which was discovered by him. He was very happy because his long cherished dream came true and he was invisible now. He could do all type of things he wanted to do. Griffin was a very lawless person. He did not like his landlord because he often used to ask him for the rent and all. So he used to hate him like anything. And now he got a chance. He set fire to the house and escaped from there. This is an example of his illegal activities. Now he was a homeless wanderer. He did not have a house. He does not have food, money, anything, and he's out. So, to slip away from the cold weather of London, he went inside a big London store. And it was evening time, and soon the shop closed and he was alone inside the store. He was very happy because inside the store there was lots of food which he could eat, he could enjoy, and there were lots of clothes also which he could wear and keep himself warm. There were quilts and everything, and he slept there very peacefully. But he could not get up early in the morning, and the store was open. The store people, they came, the assistants, and they found a thief inside the store. They tried to catch him, but Griffin became invisible and ran away from the shop with the money and all. And once again he was invisible. Soon all his money was spent. Then he went to a theatrical company. Inside the theatrical company, he would find lot of props like tie, trousers, coat, goggles, gloves and all, and he could cover his body. And with the bandages, with a goggle, with a coat, tie and gloves and shoes, he covered his body and became visible. Then he robbed money from there and went away quietly. He went to a nearby village, Iping village. It was a very peaceful place. Now when he reached the Iping village on a rainy windy night, there was Mrs. Halls, the owner of the inn. So he asked him, I want a room where there is fire also. So she was somewhat astonished to see such a man who was covered with bandages and all. So she said that I have never seen a strange man like this before. But if you will pay me, I can give you a room. So he says, okay, I will give you 3 sovereigns. So he was offering a lot of money because he had money which he has robbed from the theatrical company. So she gave him a room in his inn. Now, as Griffin was a very strange character, she had doubts. So she asked her, so why are you covering your face with bandages and all? Why are you wearing these gloves? Did you met an accident and all? But Griffin was not at all interested in his silly questions, and she said, "Leave me alone or I'll have to shift out." Whenever the waiter used to take food, "Sir, your dinner," so he used to say, "Leave the tray outside. You never open his room for anyone." So this made everything very suspicious for everyone. Then one day, when he was asked for the rent again of the room, he had finished all the money which he had. So he went to a nearby clergyman's house and robbed there. He robbed him. He stole the housekeeping money of the clergyman. Now Mrs. Halls, whenever she went to his room, she was very suspicious about his character. Then Mr. and Mrs. Halls and clergymen, everyone, they discussed that they should do something about this man. And so they decided to go to his room. So when they went to his room, they saw nobody was there. Some clothes were lying down here and there. Because whenever before they have tried to talk with Griffin, he never gave any comfortable answers. His answers were very doubtful. But now when they have come to his room, nobody was there. Some clothes were lying only. Bandages and coat and everything was lying here and there. Suddenly, the chair became alive and it started hitting them, and they all were thrown out of the room. Now they all called for a village constable, Jeffers. But when Jeffers came to the room along with his some police people, Griffin started becoming invisible. He took off his bandages, he took off his gloves, and everyone was very frightened to see an invisible man. Mr. Jeffers tried to catch him, but he gave him a nice box on his face and he was unconscious. And Griffin escaped from there. So this is the interesting story of Griffin. If you want to know further, you can read the novel An Invisible Man by H.G. Wells. Watch videos on grammar on Reader and subscribe the channel. Thank you. Have a nice day.